So, I was reading from Mark the other day, and I came across this story that was really difficult. It just kind of sounded condemning. Can I share that with you?
Yeah, please do.
Well, see, Jesus, he went to Judea and across the Jordan River, and a crowd gathered. And of course, since there's a crowd, he's going to teach. But then the Pharisees set out to try and trick him, and they asked him, Jesus, is it against the law for a man to divorce his wife? And he says, well, what did Moses command of you? And they said, well, Moses says that we can write a letter of divorce and just send her away. And he says, well, you guys are so stubborn. That's why Moses had to write that law. And he says, since the beginning of time, since all of creation, God created man and woman so that a man will leave his mother and father and join his wife. And they were once two, and now they are one. And man can't separate something that God joined together. And when they got back to the house, the disciples asked them about this. And he says, well, just look at it this way. If a man were to divorce his wife and marry another woman, then he would have committed adultery against her. And if a woman were to divorce her husband and marry another, then she would also commit adultery. So that's what was kind of concerning. And I guess maybe if I just think about who the audience was for this story, and that would help me understand it just a little bit better. Because it just felt like it's a sin, no matter which way you look at it.
Yeah, the audience makes a difference. Hearing how the Pharisees, once again, trying to use the law to trick him, really makes me realize why Jesus loved so much being with the children. Because the very next story in Mark is about Jesus and the children. And I wonder if Mark intentionally put that there to show the contrast between the Pharisees and the children. It's the story of Jesus and the apostles. They've been walking, and they come to the edge of a village, and they're growing a little weary. So he sits down on a rock underneath a big shade tree, maybe a tamarisk tree. Well, the people of the village, they hear that Jesus is near, and so parents start taking their children and rushing out. They just want Jesus to touch them and bless them. Well, the apostles, they form this barricade, and they say, no, go back, go back. Well, when Jesus hears that, he gets angry. And so he says to the apostles, step aside. Let the children come to me. The kingdom of heaven is theirs. And then he scolds the apostles, and he says, I tell you, if you do not become like these children, you will not enter the kingdom of heaven. And then all the children, they rush to him. They're on his lap and in his arms, and he's blessing them. And Mark doesn't tell us this, but I like to think right then and there, he told stories to them.
That is very good. Thank you for sharing that one. That does make me feel a lot much better about it.
Yeah, I like that one.